Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. I'm about to show you one of the best vacations in the world because we are staying in a $3 million mansion in California, Big Sur. And yes, this car is driving by itself. These are the amazing views on the way there, and this is our house. Okay, let's see what we're getting for almost $800 a night. We only spent 2 days in this vacation home, and it still felt like we had a proper 1-week vacation. The atmosphere is so relaxing, and being away from the city just makes you more relaxed and helps your brain really get into this vacation mode really fast. Oh my god, kids enjoyed everything. They were singing, they were dancing, they were watching movies, we were enjoying sunset, and it was overall the best. I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Wander, for first of all making this video possible, and second for bringing us to this amazing location in Big Sur. Wander is entirely different from anything you've experienced before. It combines the consistency and quality of a luxury hotel with the comfort and space of a vacation home. Every Wander smart home comes with inspiring views, hotel-grade amenities, modern workstations, top-tier cleaning, and 24 concierge service. It's a vacation home, but better. They're all equipped with ultra-fast Wi-Fi, state-of-the-art workstations, smart home tech, and a Tesla charger. You'll be surprised, but this house comes with a Tesla. Not only the Tesla, you also have the car seat if you have kids. Isn't that exciting? Have you seen anything like this ever? I like that they even branded it with Wander. I'm gonna leave a link below to this wonderful house, and I'm gonna leave their Instagram below. Subscribe for inspiration, and maybe the next time you're on vacation and you travel with kids like I do, oh my god, this is just perfect. My husband is like, my whole family is just want to spend time with my family, but also create as much content as possible. So my friend from LA just came over, but when we saw this, we invited some of our other friends from Silicon Valley, so they're coming over tomorrow. There is a gym here, and it has everything you need. It has a sauna, it has a Peloton, it has, oh my god, this workout station. Wow, everything is thought of. And this floor also has our kids' bedroom. Let me show it to you. It's already set up for the girls. We brought some of the books, we brought their toys, their babies. This is, oh my god, like, we have so many of these. They love playing with babies. They have this huge bathroom with 2 sinks and a huge shower. They have their own wardrobe. Oh my god, living their best lives. I got these dresses on Amazon for $29 each, and they are the best dresses they've ever had. The kitchen is fully equipped. They basically provided everything for us. You know, the thing that I always, like, I love drinking coffee, but sometimes when we are in remote locations, I don't really see myself, you know, driving for 25 minutes every morning to get my coffee. Sometimes when we come to American Airbnbs, they would have this drip coffee machine, which I don't really like the flavor of, and I don't really like the flavor of the coffee that comes with it. Here, you have the best coffee machine ever. Nespresso is my love. Literally, this is the best coffee ever. So I'm very happy. Tomorrow morning, oh my god, I'm so much looking forward to it. Imagine waking up to this, making coffee, making your eggs, and having breakfast with your kids overlooking the ocean. And the kitchen has everything. So they have all the cups. Of course, we drove to Safeway on the way here, and we got all the food. So we're gonna cook ourselves, but they also provided us with drinks. So coconut water with chocolate. This is the first time I see something like this, so I'm super excited to try. They have the oven. Is this the oven? No, I think it's a microwave, the oven. They even have a mixer if we decide to bake something, and they have a tray for hot food. Anything you can think of in a kitchen. They even had ice cream in the freezer, and the kids already ate it. Let me show you the master bedroom. Okay, there we go. This is where I'm gonna sleep tonight. And look at this, we even have a hot tub. And we're gonna use it with the kids. And this view, isn't this the best view in the world? Isn't the ocean the best view in the world? Are you a mountain person or are you an ocean person? I'm an ocean person. It's the best. Okay, let me show you the bathroom. I know we're touring the house, but this is the best makeup bag I've ever had in my life, because this is the way you close it, and it's just compact, goes into your suitcase, but then you open it up and you see everything, and your bathroom is not a mess. So this is something I highly, highly recommend. We don't have just one house, we have two houses here. This is actually a guest house, which is super convenient because tomorrow our friend from San Francisco is going to come with his wife and small kid, and they're gonna have their privacy here. They're gonna stay in this house, and it's just a perfect setup for several families coming together. This was one of our best getaways this year. If you too would like to spend a fantastic weekend at one of Wonder's luxury homes, I have a great offer for you. Create an account on wonder.com/SiliconValleyGirl to participate in a luxury weekend getaway. Plus, you will receive $250 off your first booking. I will leave the details and link to the website in the description. Wishing you a luxury experience like ours. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Bye! I've recently met someone whose emails get around 1 million impressions per month, and he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars selling ads in those emails. And I've been working with emails since 2012, and today I decided to share all the strategies that have been working for me. We're building a new email list right now from my Silicon Valley Girl subscribers, from you guys, because email is an asset. It's the only way I can connect with you without relying on the algorithm. And I want to help you build an email marketing system that consistently brings income. I run multiple businesses. We have tens of thousands of emails that we collected, and every business relies on email. Today, email accounts for 21% of revenue in our school. We have the school for creators and people who want to build content with AI, and 27% at LinguaTrip, my company that helps people learn languages and prepare for language tests. In both companies, email outperforms both targeted advertising and YouTube in terms of effectiveness. Now let me show you how to set up email marketing from scratch and turn it into one of your main revenue channels. For examples and step-by-step instructions, I'll be showcasing OmniSend. It combines powerful automation capabilities, advanced segmentation, and AI tools, from subject line generators to personalized product and content recommendations. And yes, OmniSend is the sponsor of this video. In this video, we'll talk about collecting your initial subscribers, creating a welcome sequence, nurturing your audience, launching sales, and scaling the process. And of course, I'll share examples that work for our own email campaigns, and I'll share some stats. We're also going to research some case studies from other entrepreneurs who use email and AI to grow their businesses. First things first, where do I get subscribers? The first step towards, say, $10,000 a month through email is building a high-quality subscriber base. It's important not just to chase numbers, but to collect people who are genuinely engaged and ready to interact with your brand. Because what's the point of sending an email when nobody reads it, or if they read it, they don't understand why they're reading it, so it goes directly to spam and messes all of your statistics. But something that's called a personal email list is where you get the most engaged subscribers. And I feel like every business owner has to have a personal email list as well, because that's another sales funnel for their business. We want to buy from people. And we only started actively building my own subscriber base this year. I still regret not starting this email list sooner, because again, it's the only channel where I truly own my audience. At the same time, our Russian-speaking list has been around for over 12 years and has consistently generated revenue. For the English-speaking audience, we've built a simple but effective process. So I have Sophia on my team. She's our company's LinkedIn manager. She also does X and email newsletters, and she prepares and sends the email. Of course, we discuss the topic together. I give her information. She just makes sure it looks good. On the day it goes out, she posted in our Instagram team chat that the email with the subject line XXX has just been sent. Xenia, my company's specialist for Instagram and TikTok, as well as editing short-form videos, creates an Instagram story, teasing the topic of the email, and ends it with a call to action to subscribe to our newsletter. This way, we're consistently growing my email list with Instagram, turning social media traffic into a long-term asset. For now, Instagram has actually been our largest source by volume. In the last 30 days, we gained almost 400 subscribers, and their open rate is amazing. It's 56%. Of course, we also advertise our email on YouTube and LinkedIn, and it's amazing how people who subscribe from YouTube actually have 87% open rate. LinkedIn is this fastest way to grow right now, but also they have their own newsletter feature that's built in LinkedIn. We keep these newsletters separate. So my own newsletter, I focus on AI tools that we're building, what's going on in my business life. With LinkedIn, we almost always rely on my podcast. We summarize the podcast in a LinkedIn newsletter, but every newsletter also has a call to action to subscribe to our main email list. And this is a way to grow your email list organically. I also wanted to highlight some examples that I've seen from other creators. And again, everyone is competing to get more subscribers on their email list. And it's no longer enough to just offer something simple, like my top 10 prompts for ChatGPT. John Uche has this YouTube thumbnail hack pack, which has 100 viral thumbnails, 3 ready-to-use templates, and a thumbnail tester tool. And he gives it all away for free in exchange for an email. It just perfectly illustrates the lead magnet philosophy. Offer proven value and get a subscriber's contact in return. There is a guy called Ron Chang, the one who built the Rundown AI, the whole company that generates hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad revenue. His newsletter is one of the most read in the world, and he delivers key AI insights in just 5 minutes a day. He's highly active on X and other platforms, using viral posts and educational content to funnel a high-quality audience into his email list. And if you're thinking like, oh, but Marina, you have audience, John Uche has audience, Rowan didn't really have a personal brand before he started an AI newsletter. So what he did, as he told me, they were just posting viral posts on X about AI, asking people to subscribe to their email. So yes, you will still need to hack content to build your subscriber base, but it doesn't mean you have to have an audience in order to grow a subscriber list. Another thing that's really helpful is lookalike audiences. Finding highly similar and potentially interested users based on existing list data. If you work with Omnisend, you can do this by using their built-in tools. Another thing that we do constantly with our emails, we're testing offers and formats all the time. For example, we always run A/B subject line tests. Look at these two. I pay my financial advisor 1% of my portfolio every year, so you don't have to. That was a winner. And another one, here's my portfolio, feel free to copy it, which got 13% open rate, and the first one got 16% open rate. It's all showing that even a small change in wording can significantly impact your subscriber interest, so always be testing. Another thing we did, which is kind of cool, we did this draft email experiment. We intentionally crafted an email to look like an accidentally sent draft. An incomplete subject line, unfinished structure, like make it look like an overall mistake. This approach triggered curiosity and prompted subscribers to open the email. The result was 42% open rate. Of course, you don't do this all the time, but it's kind of cool. So we talked about getting the subscriber base and playing with open rates, but you also want to make sure that it's a habit for all of your subscribers to open your emails. So once you get your subscribers, there's another task. You need to automatically segment your subscribers by interest at the sign-up stage and personalize future campaigns for them, ideally using AI. When set up correctly, subscriber to customer conversion rates can reach 17 to 28% depending on the segment. It just proves that list quality is always more important than size. A very important part of nurturing your subscriber is a welcome email sequence. When someone leaves their email, it's important to act fast. Those first emails build trust and often determine whether the subscriber will stay with you long term, because otherwise they forget. Ideally, you set up a fully automated 5 to 7 email welcome sequence, and you can do this automatically with Omnisend. The goal of this sequence is to introduce the subscriber to the brand, deliver real value, and guide them toward their first desired action, a purchase or a product registration. Here are some of the examples of subject lines that we're using. Day 0, 8 money habits that made me a millionaire and how to start today. Day 1, 6 AI prompts that changed how I work forever. Actual prompts we use daily. Day 2, the Founder's Playbook, 18 game-changing stories to inspire your next move. Day 4, boost your productivity with AI, live from Google I/O. What I saw will blow your mind. Day 6, why now is the best time to be a developer. This sequence has logical progression: value, authority, offer. Each email provides specific, actionable content and builds habit of opening future newsletters. Because it's my personal email, it also leverages my personal experience, insights, fresh trends to maintain attention and trust. And here's how you can automate the entire sequence. You use AI subject line generator. It tests multiple subject lines for you and selects the best performer. Then you do dynamic content personalization. It tailors email content to the subscriber's interests and behaviors. Then you do trigger-based automation. It sends each email based on subscription dates and user actions. And your trigger action could be either purchase, or maybe you want them to listen to your podcast. Omnisend can actually track all of that, and if they haven't completed a purchase, they will send them another email like, hey, I saw you added this to the cart, or I saw you clicked on this YouTube video. How are you liking my channel? According to Omnisend, welcome sequences can generate up to 67% more sales compared to one-off campaigns. After the welcome sequence, the subscriber has already received initial value and is familiar with the products. Now, the goal of the next stage is to keep their attention, build trust, and gradually move them toward making a purchase, if that's your whole goal. Let me demonstrate how you can do this. Your nurture sequence can be 3-5 emails with engaging content starting 1 or 2 days after the welcome sequence ends. And if you're building a business with multiple products, it's really important to segment people. For example, at LinguaTrip, we have a segment for TOEFL takers. We have a segment for people who are trying to work on their accent. We have a segment for people who are trying to enter a US university. We have a segment for people who are trying to achieve an advanced level of English. And this is where it makes it a little bit more complicated, because we try to nurture every segment for their own particular topic. But for my personal email, we don't have too many followers right now. And I feel like I want to build just a group of people who like me in general and like things that I'm excited about. So we don't have any segments for my personal emails. But again, for any business, I'd recommend at least 3 segments: people who subscribed, people who already bought something, and people who are just about to buy. Maybe they added something to their cart but never completed a purchase. And because you're going to be building emails for each segment, you can include different call to actions, and this can be done automatically within Omnisend. Of course, you choose different topics and track their performance. And of course, after the nurturing stage comes the key phase, sales. Again, if you're building this email for a business, you don't have to be selling right now. Maybe you're just growing, but at some stage you will be selling. If it's a personal email newsletter, you will be selling some other people's products. You might be selling ads to other companies, or you might be selling your own product. When you start selling, it's important to not only offer the product, but to do it in a highly targeted way using segmentation, testing, and personalization. Let me give you an example of how we sold to our audience this summer. So I hosted a webinar about best AI practices from my team to build content. It was a webinar in Russian, so we used our Russian email list, 46,000 subscribers. We generated around 40,000 on the first launch and around 30,000 on the second launch. We did 2 launches, and there are certain techniques that we used. So we primarily sold through emails, and here's what we did. Of course, we sent an email saying like, hey, we have this webinar. But then we also applied a campaign booster. It's a tool that automatically resends emails to non-openers with a refreshed subject line, because people might just miss your email. And instead of just rewriting the whole thing, you can just send it to those who haven't clicked it. This is a genius tool that helps you increase sales. Here are some best performing emails in terms of sales. When we announced that the workshop becomes unavailable tomorrow, it boosted sales because it creates the scarcity mindset. How we delegate boring work to AI and we focus on creativity. How not to lose your job because of AI. How to do in 3 hours what used to take 8. AI is not a threat, but it's your superpower. Those emails showed around 17% conversion rate. Here are some other titles to inspire you. How not to lose your job in the AI era. 40+ AI tools waiting for you right there. YouTube has become Hollywood and creators are now directors. AI, your friend or foe. This sequence resulted in 129 sales with 27% conversion rate, which is pretty cool. And what we realized is that you need to launch your product multiple times, because the first time your true fans are buying, the second time you know what was working, you have the results, your audience knows that you were talking about this product, and if you're launching it again, they get a feel that it's actually a good product because you've seen some good results with the first launch. So again, key takeaways: launch your product multiple times and then personalize emails, because people who've interacted with your product before and didn't buy are more likely to buy on the second launch. And experiment with sending new titles to non-openers. Once you go through these things, of course, a lot of the things that I mentioned, you can automate. You can automate abandoned carts. You can automate post-purchase follow-ups. For example, you can send an automatic email after purchase, like a confirmation or a thank you or an upsell. And then you can come up with re-engagement series. Those are emails for sleeping subscribers who haven't opened the newsletter for a long time. There is an AI tool for content personalization, subject line, body copy, offers that are adapted for different segments. I used to write all of this manually before. And once you set everything up, you just need to sit back and start analyzing. Test different subject lines. See where people are most likely to click. Track the winning subject lines and see how you can adjust them for other emails that you're sending. Use winning copy for Instagram posts, LinkedIn posts. Compare effectiveness. What works better for your audience? Short emails or long emails? Graphics or text-based content? Determine which segment is the most active and generates most revenue. Maybe this is where you have to double down on creating more products. This is how we get insights on what to launch next. And constantly be experimenting. I feel like with emails, it's like you're building this asset, you're nurturing it, and it really becomes your asset. You can always copy your emails and go to another platform, and we're still reading our emails. I feel like this is something that gives me stability as a creator. So start building your email list now. Start experimenting with things. And if you want to build a system like the one we've talked about, start with OmniSend, a platform where you can run all your automations and AI personalization in one place. And if you're already using another platform but thinking about switching, the good news is OmniSend makes migration smooth and painless, with your entire database carried over without headaches. Check out the link in the description. And don't forget to use code SVGirl30 to get 30% off your first 3 months. Sign up, try the approaches we discussed, and share your first results. And let me know how it goes. Thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you very soon on this channel. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. Today we're going to talk about probably the most discussed company these days, ChatGPT. It is a product by a company called OpenAI, started by Sam Altman. I think he was also in one of the first batches of Y Combinator. ChatGPT is changing the world. It passes tests. It graduates from business schools. It writes essays. Some people are scared because ChatGPT definitely has an opportunity to replace some of us. And there is a chance that in 5 years, there will be a technology that will be able to replace creators because, you know, you'll be able to generate a video image of a person and feed that person with a text to say. But I'm creating this video in order to make you inspired by this new technology, and I want to give you some ideas on how you can use ChatGPT to generate money, to start a business, to do something that you were doing before but at a scale, or to start something new. And of course, I'm going to tell you how my teams and I started using ChatGPT. First of all, I am super excited. Like the first thing that I did when I encountered ChatGPT, I asked the technology to generate a script for my video, and I asked it for top 25 American idioms. And in a few seconds, it generated a script for an evergreen video. And because I run a language learning channel and idioms tend to do really well, this is super helpful. And when my YouTube manager saw this, she was like, oh my God, everything is gonna be so much easier for us. The next step that we did, we asked ChatGPT to write a meditation for my channel. I create those meditations for language learners because I believe mindset plays a huge role in our learning process, and that we can get really discouraged by our own mistakes, by not achieving whatever we wanted to achieve. So we asked ChatGPT to create a meditation, and this is what it came up with. Yes, it is not perfect. Yes, it still kind of sounds like a machine or an individual that doesn't have any feelings, but it is such a powerful tool, especially for international people. And if you are in marketing, if you're running a business, if you're a creator, oh my God, there's so many things that you can do with this. Let's talk about email marketing. I just asked ChatGPT to create an email about the importance of posting short videos on YouTube, because I am working with a marketing manager on creating a sequence, a funnel for my course. And there we go, the power of short videos on YouTube. This is the subject. I would change it. Honestly, I would do something like why you have to start creating short videos right now, or how I got 30 million views by creating this short video. Anyways, I hope this email finds you well. This is something I would change. Again, this is not 100% great. But what I really like here is the outline. Some of the benefits of short videos on YouTube include improved visibility, increased engagement, boosted SEO, increased trust and credibility. The whole structure is amazing, and it's a short email. I love it. So if you're in marketing, if you're in email marketing, use this as a template. There is another website called Copy AI, which will create more compelling sales texts, but ChatGPT is also an option. Copy AI has a limit on how many words you can generate for free. ChatGPT doesn't have this limit. Now the next thing, newsletters. One thing to remember here is that ChatGPT has access to information before 2021. It still has access to newer information, but it might not be accurate. So I wouldn't rely on creating newsletters on like the latest trends on YouTube or something like that. But if you're doing like an evergreen funnel or an evergreen educational newsletter, like if I'm running a language learning company, let's just look at it. If I'm running a language learning company, top 5 tips to learn English, right? That's, basic, nice email. And just practice speaking and listening daily. See, it just generates right away. Read English materials. Watch English content. Study grammar. Immerse yourself in English. That's it. Your first email is ready. And this can be turned into a blog post. You know what I'm thinking right now? 11 years ago, when we started our first business, I wrote all the texts for the website myself, in Russian and in English. If I only had this, I wonder, Kaplan, Los Angeles? Why is Kaplan Los Angeles a great school? This is one of our partner schools. You just come in. Yeah, it's a little bit generic, but this is what I needed for our website. Oh my God, it's just writing this amazing text about Kaplan Los Angeles. The school offers dynamic curriculum, supportive learning environment. Of course, this is a little bit generic, right? Exciting cultural and social activities. I would say like, oh, we're gonna take you to Hollywood. We're gonna still experience American culture, very international. Like, oh my God. You don't need a copywriter for your website anymore, unless you want to create something really dynamic and full of emotions. What I noticed when I was asking questions like, is this a nice thing? Is that a bad thing? It tries to say very neutral, like some people like it and some people don't, right? If you're a creator, people come for your opinion, but sometimes you do need that generic information. Sometimes you do need those top 25 American idioms. So yes, it doesn't have your personality yet. I say yet because I am pretty sure that in 5 years, we would be able to feed the AI all of my videos and ask it to create something in my style, with my accent, with my jokes, with my personality, and I don't know if I'm scared or excited at this stage. Blog headlines or titles. Okay, let's ask it for a catchy title for top 10 business ideas videos. "10 game-changing business ideas to boost your entrepreneurial spirit." I like the 10 game-changing business ideas. I don't like to boost your entrepreneurial spirit because you don't want to, or maybe some people do want to boost it. Like, it depends on your approach to creating headlines. But again, this is what it's doing. And I'm not saying here that it's going to replace humans. What I'm saying is that if you're a creator or if you're an email marketer who produces a certain amount of content per day, this can 10x your output. So we covered a lot in terms of text, but text is not the only thing that ChatGPT can help you with. It can actually suggest different things related to design, for example, a color scheme for your website. Best color scheme for an English language course website. The best color scheme depends on target audience. Okay. Here are some popular color schemes that I often use for language learning websites. Blue and yellow. Blue symbolizes trust and reliability. A lingua trip competitors. Oh, by the way, I'm using my phone right now because it says that ChatGPT is not available on desktop because there are too many people trying it, but it still works on my phone, so maybe a pro tip. Language Trip so see, Language Trip competitors. Education First, Kaplan International, Language Course Abroad, this is our competitor. EF and Kaplan are our partners. Language House is a travel company. Sprachcafé. See, it's just language travel. Oh my God. So what you can do is you can research your competition. It can offer conversion tips for particular websites. It can optimize your landing page. You can even ask it to practice a language with you or to teach you something. Like teach me how to create this or that. Another thing, if you're a content creator, ChatGPT can also suggest topics for you. Give me 5 video ideas about investing. Basics of investing, a beginner's guide. And it not only suggests the topics, it also suggests you the content. When I hire people for my YouTube channel, this is what I ask them in an interview or like in a test task. Now this can be done in 5 seconds. Passive investing versus active investing, which is right for you? This video can compare the 2 main investment approaches and help viewers determine which one is best for their goals and investment style. Okay guys, this can be applied to anything, your TikTok strategy, your Instagram strategy, your email strategy. ChatGPT can write code for you if you ask it. It can suggest themes, activities, and decorations for your party. If you're hosting a conference and you have different speakers with different availabilities, you can ask ChatGPT to create a schedule for you. This is truly amazing. We're yet to uncover what the future is holding for us, but I really want you to get excited that there's more and more that we can delegate to an AI because it is not replacing humans 100%, and it helps us with our productivity and creativity. When I saw this, it actually boosted my creativity because I was like, oh, I want to do more meditations because now it's so easy to come up with topics for meditations. I want to do more videos. I want to send more emails. And again, it's not like I'm copying and pasting everything. I am still going through the text. I am still adding my own personality, but this is something that makes my work as a creator and as a marketer a lot easier. And the last thing I wanted to do, I wanted to ask ChatGPT to suggest a thumbnail for this video. It's thinking. It's like, what? Here's a suggestion. An eye-catching computer screen with the ChatGPT logo on it and some of the top business ideas listed next to it. I don't like it. Title video could be displayed from in bold text. Bright blue, I like that it suggests a color palette. Image of a person actively using a computer. You see, I'm speechless. So we started using ChatGPT for my channels, for emails, and for customer support. This is especially important when you're running an international company because ChatGPT speaks many languages. And if you have customer support that speaks Spanish but they need to reply in English, oh my God, this is your tool. If you are an international company that wants to sell in English, oh my God, this is your tool. And by the way, we've been researching the market, how much people charge on average per email. It's $250. So imagine if you're building a funnel where you have 10 emails and you have ChatGPT to help you. That means $2,500 in what? A couple hours? Of course you need the context, of course you need the hooks and everything, but crazy. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to the very end. Do not forget to share this video with everyone who's enthusiastic about the future. And please don't be scared of new, well, it's easy to say don't be scared because I am scared as well. Like, I don't know where we're going, but I know that if I stay positive about this new technology, if I learn how to use it and how to make my life more productive and more exciting, then we're gonna be friends, hopefully. So this is my approach. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to the very end, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. I think it's time for us to have a candid conversation about money. And if you've ever wondered why somebody lives a life of your dreams and does things that you think you really want but you can't get them, or maybe you're even judging someone but secretly you want something that they have, this video is for you. By the way, thank you so much Fidelity for sponsoring a part of this video. Now, the first thing that really helped me get closer to the life of my dreams was stopping to believe in the same things that everyone around me believed in. Like, for example, everybody keeps telling you you need to get a college degree. And by the way, I am all in for education. But sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want to start a new business. I don't want to apply for this job because I need another master's degree. I need to do my MBA because I hear from all of these people this advice that I need more education. You are good enough already. Start doing things. Moreover, society tells us, oh, you need 3 master's degrees to start your business or whatever, and these things actually create more debt for you. So there is no way you're getting closer to the life of your dreams. Whenever you're thinking about masters and MBA, and I remember myself thinking about doing my masters and actually applying, first of all, I only considered schools with full ride scholarships because I knew my family would not be able to afford this education, and I won't be able to afford, and I won't be able to take a loan because I wasn't in the US back then. And I also knew that this was my path to start building an international company. And when a better opportunity came around, which was receiving investment from Silicon Valley Accelerator, you know, that was a no-brainer for me. So something that society tells you is not always true, and sometimes it's really bad for you. So really listen to your heart and look for easier ways. Things don't have to be hard. Now, another thing, I don't know about you guys, I grew up in a Russian family, and I think Russians, Chinese people, Eastern Europeans, Iranian people, comment, by the way, if you feel that you have the same kind of background, Brazil, Argentina. I don't know, my mom always looks for discounts. She freaks out if people don't give her a discount, and sometimes I tell her, like, Mom, you can't keep asking for discounts at Macy's. Like, this is not what they do. Sometimes she gets them. And she brought me up in a way that, you know, always look for cheaper things. And I remember myself, you know, running after a bus, trying not to miss it because it was like 20% cheaper than, I don't even know how to explain the transportation system in Russia, but we have like private buses that are 20% more expensive and that come more often. I remember spending a night at Girona airport in Spain because I really wanted to fly Ryanair, which was like, I don't know, 40 bucks cheaper than a regular flight. And okay, I was 17 back then, whatever, 18, I don't remember. I was a kid. It was okay for me. Like now, I look at the flights that are 800 bucks versus like 1,000 bucks. And 800 bucks would be a flight with a layover, 6 hours at the airport, the whole day missed. And sometimes my friends do that and ask them, like, guys, you are building a business. You are, I don't know, building a channel. Why would you waste a whole day of your life for like extra $200? And sometimes, you know, we save those money. And again, I can talk about this for ages, but my family lost a lot of money this year because we're Russian. And like my mom is, I think she's finally getting to the stage when she's like, I want to live my life. Because I was saving all my life. I was looking for deals. I was saving and saving and saving. And then, bam, it's gone in a day. And you're like, wow. Because when you save with no purpose, and when you don't invest and when you don't diversify, sometimes there is no reason to do that. Like, I always try to have a purpose. Like, whenever you invest, diversify. Whenever you're saving, know what you're saving for and actually go ahead and buy things. Because just collecting money, I don't even know. Like, life is teaching us, at least it's teaching me and my family, that it's not the best way to go around. And also wanting more for yourself. Like, some people will comment on my videos saying like, oh, why are you bragging about expensive cars? Guys, I am not bragging. I'm just so excited about the new technology. I am so excited that we live in a world where people create amazing things and you can pay to use them. I can pay to like wear this amazing jacket by some designer, and you know, I think it's great. I just enjoy great things. And allow yourself to want more. It's okay, like if you want to wear designer clothes, if you want to live in a place that's expensive, and people will keep telling you there are cheaper states, like if you read the comments below my shorts when I talk about California, everyone will be like, move out of California, I live in this small town. I could live like anywhere, right? I could live anywhere. I could spend a fraction of what we're spending. Would I be that inspired? I don't think so. I only have one life. My kids only have one life. I want them to experience different things. And yes, now we live in Silicon Valley. We might travel somewhere else. Allow yourself to want more. And another point I wanted to add to my flight situation, right? That sometimes we're like saving $200 wasting a day. Society teaches us to prioritize money over our time, which is like super weird. We can't get our time back. Never, ever. Now let's go back to the investing point. I don't really understand saving money just for the purpose of saving money. I understand investing and I understand diversifying. And people sometimes like, oh Marina, but you're talking about investing. You know, I am not too rich to do that. I also thought the same. I thought I need to have millions and millions of dollars to start investing because it's for the rich. Now, when I was 29, I discovered this book about investing, which talked about like how you can only invest $100, and I decided to do this basic calculation. Basically, let's look at this calculator. So if I started investing at the age of 20, by the age of 50, I would have had almost $100,000, of which $36,000 were my own money and $62,400 was my interest. And I was like, oh my God. And this is when I started investing, when I was 29. I wish I started earlier. Like again, my mom taught me how to save, and I was saving money as a kid, but they were always in my wallet or like on a savings bank account, which pays a fraction of what S&P 500 is growing by if we are looking at the market in general. And I know stock market is super fluctuating right now, which means I still keep investing. Like I invest the same amount of money every month into the same diversified portfolio. The easiest portfolio you can think of is an S&P 500 index. You just invest those $100, just put it there, forget, put it there, forget, put it there, forget. And this would be your retirement money, and it's invested. It's not just sitting in cash and losing its value. And let's continue with this example. Like I only started investing when I was 30-ish, right? Because I lost 10 years of investing. If I invested the same amount of money, $100 every month, from 30 to 50 years, my contribution would have been $24,000, but my interest would only be $21,785. So it's almost $40,000 less than the first example. So 10 years, $40,000. Time is working for you. Start investing with small amounts. Develop this habit, but do not forget to live your life as well. And now a word from our sponsor, Fidelity. So if you're listening to this and thinking, oh man, I should have started investing 2, 5, 10 years ago. Well, yes, but better late than never. I had the same feeling when I was 29 and I just started investing. It felt like this whole new world had opened up for me, and I really wanted to find out as much as I can, to try as many things as possible. One of the apps that I use for investing is the Fidelity mobile app. Fidelity is one of the largest and one of the most well-rounded firms available in the US today. The Fidelity mobile app offers an easy way to buy, sell, and learn about stocks and ETFs. If you want to learn more about investing, Fidelity provides its users with excellent resources and tools for traders and investors, such as excellent educational materials, portfolio analysis tools, reports, calculators, and excellent screeners for identifying individual securities. With the Fidelity app, you can trade any US stock or ETF with $0 commission. There are no account minimums and fees, plus fractional share trading lets you buy stocks and ETFs you love for as little as $1. So it doesn't matter how much money you want to invest, be it $10 or $10,000, you can do it with the Fidelity mobile app. If you don't know what to buy or don't know how to choose an ETF or a stock, Fidelity offers an analyst trading tool that lets you choose stocks based on independent expert opinions. It can help you make informed decisions and trade with ease. Learn more at fidelity.com. The link is down in the description box below. Thank you so much, Fidelity, for sponsoring this portion of the video. And now back to the video. Another thing that I had in my mind is, in order to earn more, I have to work more. And one of my favorite stories here is that when we started a business, when we started helping people study abroad, I thought about only one cohort of customers, someone like me back then who just wants to save and save and save on trips. And the average check was like $1,000. We made like 10% commission. And I thought, okay, if I want to make $100,000 a month, how many clients do I need? Oh my God, was it 10,000 clients? Which was almost impossible because we process everything manually. By the way, this is something that made us realize we need to automate the process, and this is how we built LinguaTrip. Also, something exciting happened when we were doing our business. We had a client who came in and said, I want to go to London for a week to study English, and I want the most expensive hotel. And he was asking for a presidential suite, and his trip was like $20,000. And my first reaction was like, are you crazy? Let's book something cheaper. And then when I got commission from him, which was a lot larger than our average commission, I realized that, you know, this rule, like if you want to make more, work harder, not really. Sometimes you just need to stop and look around and realize that there are different markets out there, and some things are a lot easier than doubling down on whatever you're doing. So if you're thinking right now, oh, how do I get to $1 million a year? Oh, I would probably need like 50x more output in my job. This is not how it works. I think it's time for you to stop, take some time off, look around, read books, and then ideas will start coming in. By the way, great ideas only come to you in a relaxed state. Like, I love walking, hiking, talking to people I've never met before, because this is when my brain rewires for my daily activity and starts creating new ideas. Okay, outsourcing. I know some of you guys are still not there, but I want you to have this in your brain, that outsourcing and paying for help is okay. Like, I cannot tell you how many bad comments I got when I said that my daughter goes to daycare from 9 to 6 p.m. People like, if you can't deal with a kid, adopt a teenager. Like, why are you outsourcing your kids to a nanny? Why did you have kids in the first place if you can't do everything yourself? Now, how crazy is that? For some reason, society thinks that we can't outsource. Like, when I mentioned that we were like, my family, my parents, our nanny, we went to LA. And in LA, there's this store called Ear One. And I mentioned that we're buying a soup that is ready. It sells like in a can, in a jar, and it costs like $14. Chicken soup, my kids love it. We don't have to cook. And like, all the comments were, can't your parents cook a meal for your kids, for their grandchildren? Can't you cook a soup? It only takes half an hour. No, I would rather spend 30 minutes playing with my kids, not cooking soup. I would rather ask my parents to just hang out by the pool with their grandkids instead of cooking. Isn't that crazy? How, for some reason, we do not allow ourselves to delegate things. And I was the same. Oh my God, I wanted to do everything myself in my company, on my channels, with my family. Like, when I was pregnant, I was laughing at my friends who told me we needed to get a nanny. I was like, what? I will deal with my kid myself. And when my kid was 9 months old and I wasn't getting my sleep, and I was pregnant with Lily, I got pregnant with a second kid, I realized I just can't make it. And my parents who were helping us were already so tired because, well, Emily's, she's a character. So it's okay to outsource and delegate. And if some other people tell you that it's a bad thing, it's actually their problem. They do not allow themselves to, live an easier life. It's not your problem, it's their problem. So if you want to delegate, delegate. And start with smaller things, virtual assistants. Start with the cleaning company or a cleaner who comes to your house once a week, so you can focus on something that you're really passionate about. And it is okay if you want it. All right, it's getting brighter and brighter. I need to wrap up, but 2 more things. Another thing, oh, that's so sweet. Our neighbor is bringing us cookies. So our neighbor is from Sweden and she said it's the day of cinnamon roll in Sweden, so I'm getting them. Oh my god, so sweet. See? It smells so good. Okay, I definitely need to wrap up now, okay? Two more things I wanted to say. One thing is that you really need to understand how much money you actually need, because some people are like, oh, I need $1 billion to be happy. You know, write down things that you want to get and how much they cost to have the actual amount. And I like how, I think it was Grant Cardone who said it, like if you want to, Tony Robbins. I don't even remember some of the big speakers out there. But they were like, if you want to fly private jet, you don't need to own it. You just need like, I don't know, $1,000 per flight, depending. There are these private jet companies that fly to different destinations where you buy a seat on a private jet and it's like $1,000. Graham Stephan told me that as well. He's, it's Jay, I don't remember. Like this, whatever, I need to explore. But sometimes things do not cost as much as you think. And another thing, do not disregard your health. Again, when I made a video about organic food, people were like, you're getting scammed. Organic food is a scam. I don't know. First of all, I can feel the taste. And second, I know how I feel after eating at McDonald's or eating, you know, a tomato that doesn't taste like a tomato and you need like a lot of sauces and spice. And people were like, can't you spice your food? I'm like, I would rather eat clean food that has flavor versus, you know, eating bad food and then spending thousands of dollars on my health. And until you're 40, like your body compensates for everything you do and you might not feel the consequences. But, you know, even doing like a whole panel, I just did my panel and my cholesterol levels are so high and I need to adjust my diet because, well, my life insurance is 30% more now, but it is also a sign for me that I need to do some lifestyle changes before something bad happens. So please invest in your health as well. Spend some time, do your regular checkups, and pay attention to what you eat. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to the very end. Thank you Fidelity for sponsoring a part of this video. And I hope to see you very soon, guys. Let me know in comments down below if you like this new format when I'm sitting in my office. This is basically my office and just chatting to you. Thanks, guys. Enjoy. Bye. Hey guys and welcome. Today I wanted to talk about a feeling I've experienced for the past few weeks after coming back to Silicon Valley, and I just realized this feeling has been with me all my life, coming and going, and this time I just thought I needed to sit down with myself and analyze what's going on because it couldn't continue this way. The feeling that I experienced, I call it Silicon Valley anxiety, but it actually goes a lot deeper, and I think that regardless of where you are in the world, some of you might have experienced it, and it's basically a feeling that you're missing out on something, that there are so many things going on in the world and people are a lot more successful than you and they're doing so many amazing things and you are just, you know, doing something that is not sexy enough or not cool enough. And when I first came to Silicon Valley back in 2015, I saw a lot of people going on retreats like ayahuasca. This is the word that I've learned at 500 startups. And I learned about Vipassana. And I thought, you know, you live in California. And like for me, this striking difference from being in Russia and like coming to California, seeing all the sunshine, seeing all the opportunities. And I was like, why are so many people unhappy here? And why is this happening? So I started talking to a lot of entrepreneurs, and there was this guy who built this amazing, cool company, and he said, I just feel that that company was the best I could have ever achieved, and I feel so depressed these days because I can't come up with a new idea. And when I came back to Silicon Valley this year, I realized, you know, Clubhouse started hyping like crazy all over the world, and there are so many things that happen around me, and I see my friends on the front page of TechCrunch, and I talk to investors who talk about this amazing new startup, and I just realized I can't say anything about myself because, you know, I've been working on LinguaTrip for a very long time. It hasn't IPO'd yet. Nothing like super extraordinary has happened since we got accepted to 500. Yes, we're growing. Yes, I passionately love what we're doing, helping people learn languages, and I'm doing this YouTube thing, and I'm happy with my life. But suddenly you start feeling that it is not enough, and people are doing a lot more, and their success is a lot more valuable for society because they've created, I don't know, again, this app Clubhouse that is used by millions, and my product is used by, I don't know, hundreds of thousands, but still, oh, there is someone else starting this and that company, and you start feeling like, oh, maybe I should try and jump on this hype, or maybe I should try and explore this. And you end up being all over the place without any focus. And when I listen to smart people, Bill Gates told me in one of his interviews, Bill Gates told that staying focused is one of the most important things. And once you start being distracted by everything, you just lose this focus. And I started digging deeper, like, why am I distracted? Do I feel that I'm not doing enough? I kind of feel that I could have done more, but it's not something that urges me to follow hypes. And I realized that I'm just kind of looking for approval from other people for whom I am irrelevant right now. So for example, if I want to hang out with Ben Horowitz or Mark Andreessen, I'm not building something they would be excited about. So there is no like mutual topic for a conversation these days. And I realized that this is the key. So this is the feeling that drives all the anxiety. This is a feeling of not being relevant for people that I consider great or that I consider successful. And again, I started digging into my past experience, and I realized when I was back at school, there were cool kids and they would always party, and they would hang out till late every weekend. And my parents were really strict about my studies, so they would never let me go to any party or a sleepover. And as much as I wanted to be with those cool kids, I couldn't do it because they were just living a different life that I couldn't live. And now I realized that it was actually a good thing that I couldn't be with them, because that way I was focused on my studies and I was focused on something that was relevant to me. I was focused on my English language. And if I was just hanging out at the parties, I might have not ended up being in Silicon Valley. And I realized that those people are completely irrelevant right now. And then I'm looking at my university times, and again, there were people who would be partying, there would be people who would be driving cool cars. And I again felt that I'm kind of missing out on something, because they would always come to university in the morning talking about this party last night when they met this and that guy and made some connections and networking. And I would be like, oh my God, I'm missing out on this. And again, I couldn't just join them every time, because first of all, I wasn't like a part of that company. And second, I can't go without sleeping. So I couldn't join them. And again, what happens now is that there are some people from the company that became relevant because I was focusing on something that I love. And we hang out together a lot these days. Some of them moved to Silicon Valley. And I'm just looking back right now and I'm thinking it was so irrational of me to spend my mental energy, spend my energy in general on thinking about being relevant to those people. And I came to a conclusion that I am putting myself in a similar situation these days. Instead of focusing on what I really love, instead of becoming great in my area of expertise, I am kind of trying to jump on different hypes or trying to explore different hyping topics in order to be relevant to those people. And I just realized that if I focus more, if I create more results in what I love, then those people, some of them, would eventually become relevant. And once I realized that, like, my life went from being anxious and like trying to accomplish everything in the next 3 months, because in June we're gonna have a second baby, so I'm gonna take a break, to actually focusing on what matters. And I don't know how long it's gonna last. Like, I know myself, maybe in 2 months I'll be like, oh my God, there is another trend, etc. I don't know if you can relate, guys, but this happens to me all the time. But I'm just so glad that I came to this conclusion recently, and my life became a lot easier. And just talking to yourself, it is so powerful. I didn't sleep that night when I was going through this mental process, and I was completely exhausted the next day, but I woke up a different person, and this really helped. The key 3 points that I would like you to learn from this video, that I would like myself to remember from this video whenever I have this anxiety next time: don't do things out of fear. So this fear of being irrelevant was driving me to, just look around and maybe start this thing or start this thing instead of focusing. Do new things only if they align with your goal and if you're passionate about them. Again, sometimes we're like, oh, space exploration is taking off. Maybe I should jump on that trend because there is so much happening there.
and you start exploring the space trend and you realize you don't understand anything because you're a language person. I'm talking about myself. Or you're like you're a YouTuber, or you've been building companies in a completely different market and you're not really interested in space exploration. So everything that you do should be aligned with your goals and with your passion. And the third thing, don't follow trends blindly. This is something that leads nowhere. And I like staying up to date with trends, and I look at other companies. But what we decided together with my husband, and we're in a company together, is that he has the same problem, by the way. And we decided that whenever we see a trend that we want to explore, we try to incorporate it within Linguatrip. So for example, I really like this Morning Brew email subscription, and we decided that we're going to work on something within Linguatrip, like create an email subscription for people who are learning languages, and we would explain what Elon Musk meant in his last tweet, or what's happening in the world, or some other things that could be relevant. Well, for example, I'm really passionate about this community thing, like creating a community, a close community for a group of people where they can network. Again, it's not about creating a new company, it's about incorporating this idea into the existing company. And that also really, really helped me with fighting this anxiety and staying more focused. And I definitely became a lot happier after I just thought about all of this. And I definitely became more focused, and my everyday life became more structured and more well-planned. That was it for me, guys, for today. I hope you liked watching this video, and I hope it was useful. I hope it brings some value to you, and I hope it brings some value to your life. Thank you so much for watching this up to the very end. If you're not yet subscribed, hit subscribe button, and I'll see you very soon in my next videos. Bye-bye.